Another rip-roaring episode, didn't you think?
Oh, I thought it was rip-roaring. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in a disjointed kind of way, I would say. I mean...
There was no flow. And there was
Yeah.
some choppy, like you said, disjointed scenes where they just went too fast or they just put something in there and then we didn't understand. So we do have questions.
Yes, we do. And we have
yeah.
questions about why they edited it that way. And
Right.
there are a couple of weird things that happened. It opened with Theresa. Remember, she was the Bachelorette?
She was the first Bachelorette
Yeah.
that got married, and she's still married to the hunky fireman.
He's so cute. I know. What's his name? Ryan.
Ryan, that's
Okay,
right.
Is it weird
Oh my
that I
God.
remember his name?
Well, no, because it was such a pop culture thing then.
Yeah.
With helicopters and the wedding and Palm Springs, and Trista baby talked.
Baby talked. What?
Her voice was the whole series. I just remember it was so annoying. It was like, hi.
That's
like that.
weird. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Is that her speaking? Wait, it was not her speaking voice last
No,
night.
it wasn't. But that was her speaking voice on the show.
Oh, so that's what she does to draw him in.
Maybe.
Well, that's kind of.
I'm just happy that they seem happy.
Yeah,
And they're
because
still married.
That's one of the one, and it's interesting to me because it's one of the Bachelorette ones, and it's the first Bachelorette one. And the interesting thing is that there are very few that last. I hear about them that either never make it to the altar, which is fine, which is probably good,
Right.
or they do, and it's just a
Curtains.
yeah, disaster. The one guy who's the doctor with that woman, I forget what her name is. They're still lasting. What's his name? He's a blonde guy. He's a doctor there in Texas or something. Anyway, you know probably who I'm talking about.
I'm thinking about Aaron, the football player from Green Bay, his brother.
He was on it, but that did not.
No, they're still together.
Wait, really?
They got married.
See, this is when I stopped
Yeah.
watching. Yeah.
What's his name? Aaron?
He
Oh my God.
really?
Yes.
His brother's name.
No, what's Aaron's last name?
Oh, Rogers.
Rogers, that's right.
Right, but his brother was on.
Right.
And he and his brother are estranged. Because that's kind of the only. I just was in bits and pieces of that one, and it was like, oh, we don't talk about that.
Right.
You know.
I know the whole family's like dysfunctional because of that.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
What family isn't?
Right,
Anyway, so it started off with something weird that I don't remember exactly, but I remember Theresa doing something odd.
She was doing some funky exercises.
Oh.
And that was before Trista was introduced. They were just kind of doing some little shots and maybe promos, but there was Theresa off by herself doing odd exercises.
Was it like yoga or something?
No, just
or?
kind of stretches, and her legs were going up and down, and it kind of fit her personality. Like, oh, there she is.
Like, there you go.
Yeah.
You know what? I must have blanked it out because I went, oh, Theresa.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows by now, if you've been listening, not my favorite.
And I remember seeing Kathy with no makeup. Did you see that at the beginning?
Kathy with no makeup.
Took a note of it.
No,
But,
how is she? Looks scary.
well, kind of scary.
Well, yeah.
Well, she looked okay, but yeah, no, she's so tough and serious looking.
Oh wait, Kathy. Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking of Susan. Sorry. And I was thinking she might look pretty good without makeup. I don't know why she doesn't.
Oh, Susan. Okay, yeah, Susan. Right.
The short hair.
Right.
Yeah.
No, Kathy didn't have any makeup on, and it was like
frightening.
And she has all these. She does a lot of facial. When she makes those facial.
She does a lot of expressions.
She's
right. Animated in an odd way. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Like kind of scary and mean.
See, I've blocked that one out too.
Yeah. Okay.
It was probably so traumatizing. I'm like, oh no, what's going on? First, the presidential address, which delayed everything.
Right.
And then I'm probably still in trauma mode going, oh, the world is going to hell.
Yes.
Anyway, so, okay. Something that just didn't dawn on me, but that hit me immediately about the episode. Let me just say it before I forget it.
Yeah.
Was that Kathy addressed Theresa again, at least once, maybe twice. I don't know. Well, you'll probably remember about, zip it, please keep it closed. This makes me anxious or something like that.
Yeah, it made her anxious.
I thought she was right on about being upfront and honest about it. Like, please don't do that. And this was like the third or fourth time that she's addressed this with Theresa. And Theresa is giving that wide-eyed, like, what do you mean? Look.
Right.
And I'm going, if you don't know by now, I know, and I'm not even there.
Exactly. She's trying to be manipulative, I think.
Yeah.
I think she might know what she's doing.
Yeah, maybe.
But to go up to Kathy and say, oh, we really connect, and then details about whatever. It's not cool. And none of the other girls are doing that.
No, they're not.
They're not like, oh, I made out with him for 5 minutes.
Right.
And no.
No. Honestly, she's going to send me to the vomitorium.
Yeah, I just got if she gets picked. Oh, vomitorium.
Oh, no. I mean it.
I'll be vomitorium too. Yeah.
We'll be side by side.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who we started with. There was a group date right at the beginning, I think. Ellen, Sandra. I wrote down Ellen, Sandra, Susan, Nancy, April, Theresa, Kelly, and Kathy, and Faith. But then Leslie, because she did not go on the group date, she got the one-on-one. So the group date was the pickleball.
Oh, right.
You know what I made a note of here?
Yeah.
I put there was a lot of sunscreen. Did you notice how they had like they almost looked white. All their faces looked really white.
I didn't notice that.
I didn't. I went, well, I understand that. It was probably midday. Right. They're in Southern California. But I noticed, I went, man, they all used a lot of really
right. They didn't want to ruin their facelifts. Yeah. Well, the other thing I noticed,
I wouldn't either if I got one.
The other thing I noticed about Gerry is he was so sunburned. Did you notice that?
Yes.
I'm like, the poor guy's raw as can be.
Underneath his eyes.
He was just red and rashy.
Yeah.
He's fair.
Well, he needed sunscreen.
Well,
he's probably trying to look just groovy and tan.
Okay, there was one part when Kathy, it was really funny. Remember when they introduced Joey?
Joey.
He was season 28 of The Bachelor.
Oh.
He was the pickleball instructor.
Oh, yeah. I didn't
and Kathy
watch that,
goes,
but...
Plan B.
Oh, that's right.
And it was really funny. I go, yeah, you're right, because you are on Plan B, girl.
That's right. I did an eye roll, but I knew she was kidding.
Oh, she was kidding, but it was kind of funny and cute.
It was funny and cute. She's like going, because I think she prefaced it with, she said, he could be my son. But Plan B.
Plan B.
That's right. That was funny. See, that's what I liked about her.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew they were never going to be
no chemistry.
As one.
Right.
Yeah, right.
But she does have some funny one-liners.
She does. She would be an interesting person to be in like your friend group. I mean, I don't I don't know if I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay, production company. I think you guys should take her to be the next Bachelorette because it would be hilarious. Oh my. Instead of your typical what you expect of a Bachelorette, throw in a wrench.
Whoa.
That would be so funny.
Oh,
wouldn't it be
get
funny?
Back.
Yeah. Would guys like start dropping like flies? Like, I quit.
Get me out of here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. She scares me.
Right.
Oh, but it could make for some very great TV.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so they have the pickleball.
Okay.
And so,
they took lessons.
Yeah, took lessons.
With Hot Joey.
Hot Joey, yeah. He's just kind of cute. He must be very young.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
28, that's like what? I mean, 28, that's like
that's
last season practically.
Yeah, right. That is very young. Now, April, there was something with her. She had, I thought, she went down. It was like, oh, my ankle. And then she like winks at the camera like, ooh. Was like, what did she say? She's like, I'm not really hurt. Or what did she say?
Yeah, she said, I just wanted to cozy up to Gerry. And of course he goes running over there like, he's overly sympathetic.
So gallant.
I thought he was going to cry again.
Well, he probably turned away from the camera and went just shed a few tears. Went,
oh, okay.
Don't put that on
Poor
camera.
April, even though there's no connection.
No, definitely not. Ellen and Kathy were, Ellen, boy, a competitor. We expected that. She's a pickleball captain and her team.
Oh,
in
yeah,
Florida,
and that's all
right?
she talks about.
Yeah, pickleball.
Right.
And she and Kathy were paired together, weren't they? Yeah, they were the team. They were on a team.
No. Mm-mm.
Oh, they weren't?
Nope. Kathy was with Sandra. Right? No. Okay, wait a minute.
I can't. No, Sandra was...
Well, Sandra got a rose.
Yeah.
To stay, so she didn't have to go to the rose ceremony.
Oh, yeah. Wait,
okay, that was before pickleball?
No, that was later. That was
okay.
Yeah, that was later because Sandra did play pickleball, but I don't think she got it for the pick. I remember. Wait,
Okay.
first let's go through this. Okay, pickleball. No, it was Kathy. It was Kathy and Ellen because Kathy went up and she did this really gross kiss. Remember? Like double ick
Okay.
because she and
Yeah.
Ellen won.
Right. I know Ellen won, but
Yeah.
I forgot that Kathy was her partner. Okay.
No,
that makes sense.
I remember Sandra. I don't know why I didn't make a note about this. Her daughter. That's okay. This is coming back to you.
Oh, right. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Her daughter was getting
Married.
married that day.
And here she is looking for a hookup.
What the hell was that? I mean, you're missing your daughter's wedding because you
imagine.
want to be on this.
Right.
You know what? Boo. Boo to you,
Right.
Sandra. And I'll say that to your face.
Right.
Be a mom first. I'm not even a mom, but
No.
you know what? I think.
That's way more important. And Gerry didn't dig that.
No. Because didn't they
Well, he did give her a
call
rose
or-
to say, "Oh, I'm so, I heard about the wedding." And then they called her daughter. It didn't look
yeah.
like they were getting married. It was kind of odd.
Yeah.
But they couldn't figure out the phone.
Well,
Yeah, typical
boomers.
Typical boomers like us. Like, oh my God, don't give me a new computer. I'm finally used to my old one.
I have a hard time with FaceTime. I mean, but you
Yeah.
know, whatever. But I didn't like that, and
No.
even though he made nice on camera, I don't think he.
Oh no, you could tell he didn't
inside-
dig it. Like,
Yeah.
he's
You're
such
missing-
a family guy.
Yeah, like he kind of cocked his head and he goes, "You're missing your daughter's wedding."
Right.
Oh well, so I don't think he
I
dug
think they kind of eloped or they went to the courthouse.
Oh
Didn't it look like that on FaceTime?
well, they weren't dressed up, or
no, they were just like, "Hi, how you doing? We're going to
Yeah.
the gym." And I'm like, "Wait a minute, I thought you were getting married."
Okay, all right. I'm gonna give Sandra a big. Here's a big leap of faith.
Okay.
Maybe this is her daughter's third or fourth wedding.
Okay. It could be.
Far fetched, but
Right.
I'm trying to give her. I don't believe that, but whatever. Then there's this another convo between Kathy and Theresa. Kathy comes up to Theresa because she's sick of it again, and she just said again, zip it, right? And she couldn't have been more clear,
Right.
Zip it. And Theresa again with the wide-eyed naivete. What do you mean? Like
what
look
do
on
you
her
mean?
face.
Right.
Like, give me a break. I don't. Honestly, I'm beginning to
It's
think.
so immature. It's something you do in barely high school.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
and if she's playing dumb, she's a good actress. She's
Right.
right.
Yeah.
Or her emotional IQ is at the lowest level of any human possible. Because I don't know how you couldn't understand what this woman said to you how many times now. But she's like a securities professional. So, and she's from New Jersey.
You know what?
It makes me suspicious.
She's acting.
Yeah,
It's an act.
I hope we're wrong because we're being very suspicious of human nature. But
I do too.
I'm sorry. New Jersey, securities professional. That's a
Okay.
hard edge.
That is. She's supposed to be a sharp cookie, and
Yeah.
she's coming off as a ding dong.
Well, she's doing it very, very well. Anyway, the rose went to Sandra.
The rose went to Sandra, but she didn't have to go to the rose ceremony. In between that, they played a game that Susan initiated. You know the name of the game.
It's like something about. Oh shoot! It's that game where you like.
Never
Oh, never
have
have
I
I
ever.
ever. Yes, that's it. I can't remember.
I wrote it down.
I've never
Yep.
played that because I'm scared.
Oh, me too. But it seemed like everybody seemed very honest
Well, they did.
about their sex and their whatever. So
Oh yeah, especially Susan.
yeah.
Oh, well, no,
Susan-
April was like going,
April
oh, I got to
is
sip.
A
'cause
sex maniac.
she's
And
like,
you can kind of tell that from the beginning.
could you?
Yes. Her eggs were fresh. She wore a really low cut
Her
top.
eggs were fresh. What does that mean?
Remember when she had the basket of eggs at the first night?
Oh, she's the chicken lady.
Yes, she's like, "Oh, my eggs are fresh." And she
Oh,
wore a very
right.
low cut top, and she was very sensual and sexual. And she had no qualms about it.
You're right,
And
yeah.
she sang a Broadway song that was very kind of like sexy.
Oh, for the
Talent show.
Yeah.
She grew on me.
Yeah,
And she's
very
a good
pretty.
sport. Yeah.
Really, really pretty.
Really pretty. If anything, a billion guys are going to be knocking on her door when
Well,
this show's over.
I don't remember
If she doesn't get picked.
If she doesn't get picked. Oh boy. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
she's hot and sexy. And she's proud of it.
And she's proud of it. She owns it.
Yeah.
She's like, this is who I am, and Va-va-voom.
Right.
Right? Yeah. What I loved was, okay, so Gerry and Theresa, for whatever reason, did Gerry come over to Theresa to initiate a conversation?
Which
And then,
she was 1st with the conversation about what Kathy said to her that made her feelings hurt.
Oh, yeah. But, okay. So Gerry came, right. And then Theresa is like going, she just told me to like zip it. And she said it in a very snippy
Like Kathy
way.
was being mean to me.
That's right. That's right.
And Gerry starts crying again. Practically.
Of course he did. So that happens. And then so Gerry takes that in. Yet Sandra got the rose because of missing. Okay, got it. Okay, I think that was a diplomatic choice, though. I'm going back to the rose to Sandra because I think he felt caught in between Kathy and Theresa. So he's
But
like,
then
this is a no-win.
Then
Yeah?
Kathy sat down with them. Remember?
Oh, and then Kathy sat down and she said, I'm going to have to get to my notes for this.
Well, Gerry kind of started scolding her.
Oh, that's right.
And I was like, oh my God, you're believing Theresa?
Oh, that's right. He came over and he said, well, I heard that this is what happened between the two of you. And Kathy was upfront about it. And she said, yeah, this is what I said and this is why. I thought, okay, Kathy is at least being true to herself and she's owning what she said.
Right.
What's wrong with that? So anyway, and you
could tell he was turned off and she left knowing, I'm not getting a rose.
Yeah, she knew at that point. Yeah.
There was and then there was, okay, and I forgot
the
her
one-on-one
name.
date was next, Leslie.
Okay, Leslie
got
yeah.
the one-on-one date, all
Right.
those ATVs and all the dirt roads. And honestly, I was terrified watching it.
I know, he went so fast because he was trying to show off.
Oh, I know. Look at me. Oh, vroom, vroom. I was not impressed.
No.
I'm like going, dude, you could break a bone. You're 72.
Right. And she's trying to keep up with them.
Yeah.
And
then she sort of just didn't, which I thought was like,
Yeah.
okay. Wisdom prevailed.
safety first.
Yeah.
And then she hops on his.
Yeah.
She's like,
Oh,
hugging him, and
Gerry.
they go close-ups on her arms around his waist. And it's like, ay.
I know. I don't know. I don't know what it is about her that I'm not sold on. I don't know what it is.
I don't think she doesn't seem like his type.
No, she does not.
She's a little rough she's a rock and roller.
Yeah.
She was married twice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right. That's right. We found out she divorced
ding, ding,
and divorced
ding.
twice.
Divorced twice.
It's not like she's a
Right.
widower.
No.
Or widow twice.
And single for 22 years, and she's a good-looking chick. It's
yeah.
like,
Well, she probably is scared after 2 divorces. Like, oh. And she
Yeah.
did say, I'm not a very good picker, which
yeah.
I have to say, that's the only thing that I related to her about.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, I've been divorced for a long time. And I've had 3 long-term relationships since then. And I kind of have backed off going, I don't pick the right guys for me. Maybe they're right for somebody else, but
right.
they're not right for me. So maybe that's, I don't know,
Yeah,
maybe that's Leslie's thing.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I can relate to her on. Otherwise, there's something about her that's off-putting to me, and I don't know what it is.
Exactly.
I cannot put my finger on
I
it.
know.
And usually I kind of like get it. And not with her.
Honestly,
What do you
Leslie
think?
couldn't be further opposite than his wife.
Yes.
Because the very first episode was his wife, and she was a homemaker, and, she didn't have like a wild hair up her ass like Leslie does, I think.
Yeah, right.
But maybe that's chapter 2 for him.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a really good point.
I don't know.
Because you choose somebody who's a little different for the rest, but
Maybe a little wilder.
a little wilder.
Well,
She does have, didn't she say 3 children?
I don't know how many, but she does have children.
She does have children. That's, you know what? That's
It
something
could
to
be.
consider. I mean.
And then they wound up in the hot tub.
Oh, God.
Barf.
Please, honestly.
Vomit.
Really.
Vomitorium.
Yes.
Making out.
Supreme. It was like, I thought, please, could you get further away with the camera, please?
Right. I know.
I'm trying to really, I need, what was that movie? Jim Carrey was in. They erased his memories. It's like that's what I want for just that.
Right. You can't get it out of your head.
Yeah. Not unbearable lightness of being. It was something else. Anyway, so they play Never Have I Ever. We talked about that kind of blah blah blah. Susan with a woman. She took a scoop of ice cream or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Oh, in the meantime, what's her name? Sandra is going like taking little bites, and I remember thinking, is she worried about her weight? Because she's in great shape.
Right.
And then we find out.
She's lactose.
She's lactose intolerant. And we find her where? Up
sleeping with no makeup on, and Gerry goes in there, and I'm like, oh my God, she looks so much better with makeup, but she's a healthy, fit gal.
Yeah.
And why was she in bed?
Because she had a stomach ache from the ice cream.
Okay.
Which, I mean, if you're lactose intolerant, it's
Yeah.
probably kind of painful. But also, I'm thinking she had a feeling. He did not like the fact that she forwent. She
Did not
did not go
to
her daughter's wedding, and she's like going, "Oh,
I'm out.
I got the vibe, man. He's not digging it."
Okay.
So she's like
Crying.
Yeah. So she's like thinking, well, I'm going to just get some beauty rest or I'm out of here. I
I'm
hate
tired.
these women anyway.
I needed a chair for the rose ceremony. Remember? I'm tired.
Oh, right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Was she the one who said that?
No. But it's like, you know what? I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired and I got a tummy ache.
BS with the other girls right now.
Right. Oh, she got the tummy ache rose. That was it.
Oh, the tummy ache rose. Right.
Oh, and then, the other thing that was so weird, the stress fracture.
Nancy.
What the hell?
That was bizarre.
They didn't even show, they showed
There was
April
no
falling
continuity
down.
in the show. And
right.
there was, a little bit of this and that. And then all of a sudden, Nancy shows up on the bench with Gerry.
In a boot.
Like, how did it happen?
They didn't even explain.
No.
And they never showed it. If it happened during pickleball, wouldn't you think?
Well, yeah, that would have been drama. That would have been good for TV.
Yeah. And in the previews last week, they showed, remember they showed, and we know now it's not April.
Right.
Boy, we are getting really granular. We're good observers.
We're good dissecting this whole thing.
Yeah. But anyway, so Nancy.
I thought I like Nancy
very much.
I mean, I couldn't say one bad thing about her because she was the most subtle.
Yep.
She wasn't like attacking him every 5 seconds.
Right. She was a lady.
She was. She was a proper baby boomer lady. And she sensed it. Maybe she didn't like him.
Well, maybe she just wasn't attracted to him, and that's entirely possible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's not gonna be everyone's cup of tea.
And she's like, you know what? I'm 60, whatever. I don't want to waste my time anymore. I'm out.
Yeah.
So she knocks herself out.
Well, good for her. She probably figured it was coming anyway, and it's like, I'm out of here. But if she wasn't digging him, then I applaud that. Just say, this ain't a match.
Right. I don't need to go through another rose ceremony. And I think he was appreciative, and he knew, but he always tries to be over Mr. Nicey.
But he was gracious.
Yeah, he was.
He
was like, it's not.
He was kind of like, I think I tend to agree with you or something like that, or what. I don't know. I'm trying to remember. Okay, cocktail party. Susan, he takes her aside to give her that really pretty rose quartz, which I don't even think she knew what it was. But it had meaning, and it was sort of sweet. I don't know why
that's when they were making out, and Kathy peeks around the corner. Like, what's going on out there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is very Kathy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I got to see what's going on. Like, okay, I thought you didn't want to see this. Let's take issue with that. I thought you didn't want to see what was going on because it made you anxious. So, girl. But it was kind of funny.
It was funny. And they were going at it on the balcony or something.
Wherever they were. I don't know. I was just like, I saw that and I went, really, Susan? You know you're not going to be with him.
Right.
I mean, come on.
I know.
Then Ellen.
Oh, she's in love.
Why did she do that? It's such a no-no.
It is too strong. Too strong.
I'm Gerry. I think I'm falling in love with you. Oh, girl.
Yeah.
I could have told her not to do that.
Automatic. She's probably not getting the next rose.
Yeah. And then Gerry, of course. I think they cut to him crying.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, they were still on. It was still on them. And there was some sort of exchange between the two of them of common ground or common feeling. And he starts crying because they were talking about their
He's crying again.
because they were talking about, a shared experience with their
both widowed
deceased
widowers
spouses. And he starts crying, but then this is what just twisted me. I went, wait, now they're smooching, macking on each other in a big way.
They went from tears to
To
making
smooching.
out.
And
Yeah,
bleh. I didn't like that. Let's see what else. I don't remember. There was just so much crying. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
Already by this time, there was just too much crying. Okay, then want to move to the rose ceremony?
Yep. Rose ceremony, and Kathy looks like a complete stressed out freak.
As usual.
Her eyes are up, going wide, and she keeps clenching her
Grimacing.
jaws,
Yeah.
and it's like, Kathy, just relax.
Yeah. But she knows. She knows what's, So Kathy's out. April, Dunzo.
I know. I was kind of bummed about that, but yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know if I saw that with them.
No.
I mean, no, I just didn't. I didn't see it. I just didn't see it either. They were sort of almost like trying to make it happen, but it wasn't happening.
She'd also be a good candidate for Bachelor.
I'll tell you
another
what.
baby boomer Bachelor. Baby boomer Bachelor.
Oh my God, I just thought of something.
What?
Maybe that's why Nancy excused herself also, because maybe the producers, you know how that has happened in the past? They've probably said, hey, you know what? FYI, it ain't going to happen. So we were considering you for the next batch, like Golden Bachelorette.
Oh, so we need to get you well, healthy, maybe a tummy tuck, a facelift, whatever. And off to the spa, and then you're going to be back next season, and you're going to be rocking it.
The Golden Bachelorette.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That just occurred to me.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I could be out of my mind, which, whatever.
No, but that's a good idea.
I mean,
thank you, producers.
Well, I mean,
we're giving you lots of feedback for next season.
I'm surmising a lot here, But Ellen, Faith, Susan, Theresa kept.
Leslie and Sandra.
And then Leslie, because the one I wanted, and Sandra, because she got the rose, the fake rose.
Do you think Theresa, she got the last rose, right?
Who?
Didn't Theresa get the last rose?
Theresa got the last rose,
and I thought she was going to faint.
Yeah, well, that was totally done for tension. On it. But yeah, she's like, she had that look on her face, that like that expectant. Yeah.
Like I have to go to the bathroom, and then all of a sudden, phew!
Like, oh, good, I can.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
You know what I'm thinking.
I know what you're thinking.
Okay. I won't. So next week is there are more dates, I guess,
more dates.
right?
No hometowns, I think the following week.
Okay. Well, those will be interesting.
Yeah, now it's getting juicy, and I wonder if anybody will pull some claws out, because this group gets along.
Yeah.
For the most part, except for Theresa. I'd love to see somebody else come after Theresa.
Yeah. Oh, I mean for being
For just
so...
being so, I've got this down.
Yeah, Gerry
He
and
loves me the most.
Yeah. Yeah. He kissed me so much.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Talk about claws coming out.
Yeah.
Weird.
But everybody seems too nice.
I know. What if we're completely wrong about Theresa and she's really a nice person? I'll feel kind of bad.
I will too, but on TV she comes off as...
It's not what she's showing.
No.
No. Okay. Anyway, my takeaway from this is, I think we'll just title this episode, So Many Tears.
I agree. So many tears. Yes.
Okay. I think we've covered it, right?
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Harvey.
Ladies Who Question is executive produced and edited by Lisë, Dominique, and Holli Caulfield. Music, My Lionheart and Sketch Music, Florian Monax and Matthew Anderson. Font, Geofanny by Adriana619. Research, Holli Caulfield. Social media, Chelsea Caulfield. Please follow Ladies Who Question on all social media, ladieswhoquestion.com. And subscribe and follow us wherever you get your podcasts. This is a HarveyDoodle production.
All content discussed on Ladies Who Question are the individual opinions of Lisë, Dominique, and Holli Caulfield, and should not be construed as personal advice of any kind. By listening to this podcast, you agree to not use this podcast as any advice for any personal or medical issue of yourself or others. This entire disclaimer also applies to any guests or contributors to the podcast.